Which one do you want? Pick a seed. Beets! She picked this one! Aika! In today's video, I'm going to talk about my plans for our garden. We picked up some supplies yesterday, so we have almost everything we need to get started. So in this video, I'm just going to show you what seeds I got and talk about the method I'm going to be using because I have no experience gardening. I tried once, several years ago, and I tried using the square foot gardening method. That's from this book, All New Square Foot Gardening by Mel Bartholomew. So for our first garden at our tiny house, I want to try to follow his recommendations as closely as possible, just because I want to test out this method. Based on the information in this book, it's a pretty foolproof way to garden, even if you have no experience whatsoever. So the main gist of this book is that you are building a garden above ground. So you're building it in like a raised bed. So we will be building 2 little boxes, roughly 4 feet by 4 feet each, and that'll be my garden. So the main reason why I'm interested in the square foot gardening method is because it's simple, it's organized, and it's efficient. So basically you take the 4 foot by 4 foot square and you're dividing it into 16 sections. So in every square foot you're planting something. So like in 1 square foot I can plant 16 carrots. For beets, I can plant, I think it's 9 to 16. Cucumbers are 2 per square foot. Basil is 1, I think. So it just depends on what you're planting in each square. And one reason why this is a foolproof method is that you're not using the soil where you live. You make your own mix for your garden. So he recommends a mix of peat moss, vermiculite, which is like perlite, and then compost. So our compost isn't ready yet. It's going to be like a year or so until that's ready. So we just bought compost from this gardening shop. We also bought peat moss. For vermiculite, I might have to order that online because shops here only sell it in small bags. We were considering using just something else like sawdust or sand to kind of fill out that mix, but I want to follow the book as closely as possible, so I think I am going to order vermiculite online. And this book is cool too because he actually gives you instructions on how to build everything, so even if you don't know how to build stuff, if you just follow his instructions, you can build your own little gardening boxes and supports and little like cages for the plants, and he gives all the instructions in there. And we were actually planning to build the boxes outside today, but the weather wasn't as nice as I thought it was going to be. It was pretty cold today, so we have all of the stuff prepped for the boxes in here. They're roughly 4 feet by 4 feet, so we'll have 2 boxes built, and then these are the little like corner pieces to just secure them into the ground and keep them like stable, I guess. And Kuba prepped all of this today, and tomorrow we will just put them together.
What about this one?
You guys bore me. And depending when I actually get the vermiculite, if I do order it online, that should come in the next couple of days. Then we can like mix everything and actually like set the garden up. Alright, so these are all the seeds I picked up yesterday. So I'll just run through them. I got 2 different packs of beets, just red ones, and then this is like a variety pack. So we really like beets, so I'm looking forward to like pickling these and just putting them in salads and just eating them on everything. Also got radishes. These apparently are very easy to grow, so I'm gonna plant these in several of the squares. And like with the beets too, I'm not just gonna plant 1 square of beets, I'll plant several of them. So the foods we like more, I will plant them in several squares because I'm going to have, how many squares? 32 squares total to fill with all of these veggies. For herbs, we have marjoram, chives, and basil. I'm not sure if chives count as an herb. I don't really need to do marjoram and basil because we have so many of them dried still when I did my bulk order from the organic shop, but I want to try planting these in the garden. Marjoram, I might have to plant that in a separate pot because it'll survive winter if we bring it inside. Basil won't. That only survives in warm weather. So I'll definitely plant both of these in the square foot garden. I'm not sure about the marjoram where I'm going to plant that. And then these seeds, I don't think I'm going to use them in the spring. Red pepper and celery. I think I missed the window for red pepper. So this has a longer growing season, so I should have planted this like several weeks ago and started them inside. But I didn't know that. And then celery also needs like several weeks to grow in cool weather. So I think the summer will be too hot for that. So I might just have to save these for next year. But I'll look more into the celery because maybe I can grow that at the end of summer. I also got cucumbers. There are several different types of cucumbers, so I just picked this one randomly at the shop. So we'll see how it goes. Apparently there's vining ones and bush ones, so this is a bush one, I think. And then patty pan squash. I assume this is like summer squash, but I have to research it more. But if it is like summer squash, it'll be a prolific grower. So I'll probably plant this in several squares. Got some carrots. I'll plant several squares of carrots because we eat carrots every single day. And again, they had several different types of carrots at the shop. I just picked this one out, Amsterdam 2. Don't really know anything about the carrot varieties. And last but not least, I have spinach. We don't eat that much spinach now just because we can't buy it without plastic. But if we grow it here, then I'll definitely be putting it into our meals. Maybe freezing it for like smoothies and stuff. Yeah, I'm excited to try these seeds out. Oh, Aika's over here. So I'm definitely not going to use all of these seeds this year because these packs are full of seeds. So I can store them for next year. And I have plenty of seeds now to get started. Aika! It looks like she's going to do the video. Mm-hmm. She's like, no. Aww. Aika, you don't know what's happening. So I highly recommend you check out this book if you don't know anything about gardening because it definitely helped me out and it makes me feel confident enough that I can grow something in this garden. He explains it in like easy to understand terms and it's not intimidating, so you don't have to know anything about gardening to get started. So I'll post a link in my video description if you want to check this book out. And then if I do order that vermiculite online, that'll get here in a few days, and then we can mix the stuff and fill the boxes and then plant the seeds. It's supposed to be below 0 for the next few nights, so I will just watch the weather and figure out when we can plant the seeds and get started. But I'm not too concerned if we're starting late or whatever because this is my first year, and then I will just grow stuff until I can, until winter, and then I will just start again once winter ends, and then just keep it going that way. I do plan on doing other little plants too, like maybe having some plants inside and planting things like mint, lavender, stuff like that outside around the house once we finish the porch and the siding. So I'm excited to finally get started on the garden because that's something I've wanted to do for a while now, and I just want to learn how to garden just to have that experience and that knowledge because I think it's an important skill to have to be able to grow your own food, and it'll just be fun and a new hobby, so I look forward to getting started. I should be like, seeds! Light one out.
Yeah.
Scary. That was scary. That was like smoking. Mm-hmm.